Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I'm talking about a new Olight flashlight. This is the Javelot Pro. I got this directly from Olight, just got it for testing purposes. It is a pretty interesting light. I'm posting this video today because tomorrow they're having their huge sale, which I think the prices make more sense for this, and obviously it makes it more affordable. Right off the bat, I'll tell you the full regular price for the Javelot Pro is $199, and for the bundle, all the extras, you know, pressure switch and rifle mount, you know, if you want to use this as a weapons light, which I think it's better as a weapons light than a home light, that's normally $242. So tomorrow, this is going to be 30% off at $139.97, let's say $140. And the bundle is going to be $145.71. So for another $6 or so, you would get the, you know, all the extras, which makes sense. That's probably why they made the bundle 40% off, to make it kind of closer in price. I will tell you right off the bat that I think that this is worth it for $140, but for another $6, why not get all the extras, right? So let's just say $146 for the whole kit. That I think is worth it. The full price of the kit, you know, not on sale, $242, that's pretty expensive. That's getting really up there. Now, if you're buying this as a weapons light, the prices really don't matter that much. You're probably going to put it on a $1,000 rifle that you have another $1,000 worth of accessories in, right? Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, as far as the gun guys go, that's not a big deal. But guns aside, if you don't have guns, don't care about guns, don't like guns, if you just want a really awesome flashlight that just throws out further than you can see, it becomes expensive. That's expensive. As a gun accessory, it's not expensive. It's kind of weird how the same price is looked at two different ways, right? But that's just my opinion. Like I said, as a very high-end gun accessory, yeah, price is not bad. If guns aside, just a flashlight, that's a lot of money for a flashlight. And I will tell you right off the bat as well, this is not going to be your next EDC light. This is not a good, you know, survival light around the house, especially emergencies. If you have a flashlight, you know, around the house for emergencies, or there's a bump in the night and you want to use a flashlight, this is not the one. Okay, this is, I think, task specific. All right, this is for outdoor use. This is for when you have to really see far away. They're saying this thing throws out to 1,080 meters. Which meant nothing to me because I'm American. So of course I had to convert it to something that makes sense to me, which converts to about a little over 3,500 feet or 0.67 miles. Okay, so that clicks in my mind. Yeah, that's far. And I can tell you, in using this for the last week or so, and by the way, I want to make it clear, this is not a review of this flashlight. This is just a first impressions. I only had this for about a week or so. I didn't have it long enough for me to really beat it up and see what it's capable of, you know, especially, you know, I want to get out to where I have a field, I have a, you know, long parking lot or something, you know, some place where I can really reach out and see what this thing's capable of. Because thus far, I've only been able to use it where I live, and if you don't know, it's dense woods. All right, so even on a long road, it's not really long enough to see what this thing is really capable of, okay? Because this can throw out literally further than I can see. I have to set this up so I can use some binoculars or the zoom function on my camera or something, so I can really see what this thing is lighting up. Now on their website, they say this is good for search and rescue. I agree 100%, as well as hunting. Now as far as hunting goes, I don't hunt personally, but I know a lot about hunting. In the last year or so, I've been just kind of learning a lot more about it. It's fascinating to me. I watch other channels that do outdoor stuff, and they do hunting as well. I would say, like, you know, if you're a guy in a farm and you have a coyote problem, which is very common, especially in you know, where I live, and you need to reach out, you have a nice optic on your rifle, and you want to mount a good flashlight that's gonna, you know, light up that guy in the middle of the night if you don't have any kind of night vision or something. It's definitely a cheaper option than getting a night vision set up on your rifle. But yeah, a really good flashlight that throws out to the middle of a field, you can take care of business, do what you have to do. Besides that, if you don't hunt, if you're a professional, if you're in law enforcement or military or anything like that, this can definitely have a really good purpose, but again, it's task specific. All right, I tried this on high inside my house and it was blinding. The hotspot in the middle is so bright that you can't see. It sounds crazy. I've talked about this with knives in the past. You can get a knife so sharp, not all knives, obviously it has to be a nice, you know, high-end steel, but you can get a knife so sharp it doesn't cut well. I know, it kind of sounds dumb. What are you talking about? Well, you can get that edge so refined and so polished up and so sharp, you know, it'll whittle hairs, but if you go to cut like some denim or rope, it'll slip because it's too smooth. It's too smooth to cut. You need somewhat of a little toothy edge. The same applies to flashlights. You know, you can have a flashlight that's so bright that you can't see. All right, and that's because that light is reflecting back at you. If you take a flashlight with even 1,000 lumens and you stand 5 feet away from a white, high-gloss painted wall and shoot it at the wall, it's just gonna reflect right back into your face and you're not gonna be able to see anything. So in this case, obviously there's other modes. There's a low mode and medium mode, which you can use indoors, but there's so many better options. You can literally go to a hardware store, you go to like Home Depot or Lowe's, you know, and get a $10 flashlight, and that'll be a better option for around the house, you know, for emergency use, or you just take the dogs out or something like that. This, again, is task specific in my opinion. No one's gonna wanna spend, you know, over $100 on a flashlight that they can't really use around the house. All right, this is for the professionals, this is for the hunters, but I think it really just appeals mostly as a weapons light. All right, so it is big, so right off the bat, I'll say as a weapons light, it might be too big for your liking, but it is lighter than you would think. Their paperwork says it's 13.4 ounces, but I just weighed it on my scale and it came up 13.2. So let's just say a little over 13 ounces, okay? So it's deceivingly light. It looks like it would be heavy. Obviously all the weight's up front here. If you happen to get the, you know, the bundle kit, it has the mount and everything. All right, so you're good to go there. You can throw it right in a rifle. But for me, I'm not using it as a weapons light yet. I'm actually still waiting for a mount that's on back order for my Ruger 5.56. Which I do plan on testing some different lights as weapon lights in the future when that finally arrives. But they've been out of stock for a while now. So anyway, back to this flashlight. So first let me just show you some of the modes here and everything. All right, you can pause right there if you want to see all the outputs and stuff. All right, by the way, that's what they're advertising to be the bundle. All right, but if you look on their website, I saw some different stuff, so I would clarify that with them before ordering it. That's what I got. That's just the flashlight, the charging cable, and the sheath, which is all right here. Really nice hard case. Throw that in your trunk. Probably take a beating. Here's that sheath, which has an open bottom. All right, because obviously it's such a long flashlight. It has to poke out the bottom there. All right, very simple button snap on the front. Got Velcro, the back for belt carry. You can put this on a bag or something, plus a D-ring. So if you look at the head here, you can see it is a massive head. It's very, very wide, extremely, extremely deep with a very smooth reflector. All right, that's what's concentrating all of that light. All right, so that you have all that throw in that hot spot. The LED on this one's a Cree XHP35HI. All right, in case you're into the tech specs there. As far as how to use this, there's a switch on the back. All right, and again, if you got the bundle, you can use the pressure switch as well as a weapons light. But you can do a half press, all right, for momentary on, and that's in momentary on low. If you push all the way forward, then it's momentary on high. All right, but if you just click it once, it just stays on. All right, we'll talk about this light indicator here as well, because I believe the orange is showing like between 30 and 75% battery power or something like that. Actually, let's talk about that right now. So here's the paper. You can see those are the light indicators for your battery power, which is nice to know. All right, so once the flashlight is on, we have a side switch here, okay, which changes the modes. It's just a single press, low, medium, high. All right, and then you have your turbo. Really, really simple. All right, and then the back to turn off. Now, as far as the handle here, this thing looks crazy. It's actually really smooth to the touch, but it just has these crazy scallops in there. It kind of looks like dragon scales or something. For me, I mean, I don't think, even if my hands were wet, I would drop this. It's just a different type of texture. I don't necessarily like the way this feels. Obviously, as a weapons light, you're not really touching it at all. Kind of looks cool, maybe on an AR or something. But just using it in hand, it's a different style. A lot of the really bright flashlights, I'm used to like the Coke can lights where they're super fat and super short. I prefer those over long, really skinny lights like this. I'd rather this would have been fat and maybe half the length, especially as a weapons light. Because think about this, you could put this on your rifle, it's this big old thing hanging off there. Especially if you have a shorter barrel or something, just might not work out for you. But as far as handheld, obviously, it doesn't matter how big your hands are, there's plenty of room to grab onto that. Not a big deal, not a huge deal. It's just, again, all that weight is up front. So to turn on, again, using it in hand, not as a weapons light, it just becomes a little bit awkward. Okay, you got to reach all the way back here, or you have to use a second hand to turn it on. That's what I've been doing, is I have it in my hand like this, and I use my offhand to turn it on. Then I have to creep back up here on the button to change the modes. But yeah, could be worse, I guess. But yeah, that texturing is just kind of crazy looking. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's a really, really cool light, I think, for the money as a weapons light. Again, not a big deal. People are spending thousands and thousands of dollars on their gun stuff. But if you don't like guns, don't have guns, not going to use this as a weapons light, you just want this as a cool flashlight that's going to shine further than anyone else's flashlight, then yeah, I mean, it's kind of expensive. So anyway, that's my first impressions on this one. Perhaps you guys will see more videos in the future if I can get out to a much larger open area to really show what this thing's capable of. All right, so we're outside. We got to see a little test run of this, right? So right now, I mean, you could see the actual beam. There's a little bit of mist in the air, which is nice. All right, so you can see that obviously there's going to be natural spill, but that hot spot is like crazy bright. All right, let's look around. Up in the trees. Way up in the trees. Let's see, like right where we're looking right now is, if I had to guess, probably, I don't know, 90 feet, 100 feet in the air. Let me see if I can zoom in so you can actually see some detail. And even then, it's too bright. It's flashing back at us. Right. That's insane. So I'm going to have to take this out in the future and, you know, get out where obviously I can film something really, really far. Because even, I mean, these trees, that's about as far as I got right here. But it's nice. It allows me to give a good zoom just because there's so much light there. Awesome. And so here's a further shot. You can see top of the house there. This is way beyond the backyard. And again, pretty much as high as I can go. Here anyway. You can see all that detail. Pretty amazing. So yeah, I mean, that's about it for now. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.